Get the 5 Mantra MP3 Abundance Package at JasonGallant.ca.
There's a certain amount of dysfunction that's going on in society right now. People are so averse to pain. They hate pain. You give them any pain, they hate you for it. But the funny thing is that in many cases, these people aren't given pain. They have chosen to feel pain around a certain issue by holding on to a certain opinion. So the problem isn't pain. The problem is people are holding on to points of view which are very limited and not omniscient at all. They are just based on the present amount of information that they have, but not the total amount of information. And I have a stick, so this means I must be right. So if you are in pain, if you have pain such as grief, you know, I get people on here all the time say they want to kill themselves and everything, and really what they're saying is that they are unable to allow grief or depression or anxiety or shame. They are unable to accept these feelings and allow them to flow through. Now, this might seem like an abstract concept to you. To some of you out there, this might seem abstract, but just so you know, I have observed this process in the human body for quite some time. And when you stop judging your emotional pain, stop coming up with a whole story about it, because that story is like a pinball machine, you know? The ball has to hit a bunch of walls before it goes down the drain, and sometimes it takes quite a while before that ball goes down the drain. It's the same thing with your emotional pain. If you choose not to judge it, not to create a story around it, but just let the energy move, just let it be there with you, just neutrally observe the emotional pain, whether it's anxiety, whether it's your depression, whether it's your sadness, whether it's boredom, something very magical happens. And love is the side effect. And also freedom, because now you no longer have to run around in circles in compensation because of that emotional pain. There are some people I dealt with in sessions online, and some people that don't like me very much because I told them, you know, a lot of your life is based on avoidance. You're avoiding some of this pain. But if you want to go to a higher level of mastery, learn how to transform this pain within. That will give you freedom, not making sure that you have this massive fortress around you so that no arrows or opinions or nobody can look in your window at night. Nobody can judge you, or you don't have to interact with anyone or anything. See? You know, there's a point to where the walls can't get high enough. You can build them higher and higher and higher, but eventually life will come in. Life always seeps through the cracks. So maybe your neighbor doesn't come in, but maybe a mouse does, or, you know, an infestation of some other sort. But in the end, if you are a real master, you can master this internality, this internal self. And then yes, maybe the external is a reflection of that. Maybe you do move to a lake, or maybe you do build a castle, but it comes from a place of freedom. It's not coming from a place of avoiding pain. I call it the knee-jerk reaction. A lot of people make knee-jerk reactions, and then their life ends up to be random catastrophes because they're always just flinching from all the things that they don't like, flinching from all the feelings that they have inside. And of course, their actions are mirroring this internality, and then their life becomes a bunch of accidents. Some of them might be positive, and some of them might be quite negative. Right? If you don't know how to handle this, but it is, you know, the volume, let's just say the volume inside of emotional pain is on 10, it'll be very hard for you to listen or to observe or to be aware of what's on the outside. You're too busy with the internal drama and avoiding that and wrestling around. You know, hear the old Star Trek music to it. Right? You're wrestling with this green monster inside, whatever it might be happening, I don't know. But if you know how to defeat these energies, and really defeat it comes from love, it comes from neutral acceptance, then wisdom is the natural side effect. And that side effect can have a lot of interesting emanations. Interesting is an understatement. I observe some of these emanations all the time. And those of you who know Arathi Ma, you know that she is a very magical person, and I have observed many interesting things. Internal mastery is the key. It's not about trying to become something. It's not about trying to become somebody who can walk on water. This might happen to you, but that's not really what it's about. What it's about is your own freedom. And freedom comes from mastery. Freedom comes from knowing how to manage this vehicle known as you. Knowing how to love it. Love is a dance. So you dance with the energies within. None of these feelings that are within you can hurt you if you just accept them and allow them in. Now, there are certain people that suppress these energies, and some people use substances to do so, and then they get a whole other sort of phenomenon that is a side effect of that. But really, what happens when you pack down dynamite? If you take dynamite and you pack it down really hard with a lot of pressure, the explosion becomes 10 times or 100 times worse. It's the same thing with emotional pain. If you pack this down, there will be a physical side effect. So if you wish to have greater freedom, greater health, vitality, wisdom, clarity, learn how to allow the river of life to move through you, no matter what form it takes. This will lead you to a greater life. So I hope this helps. Take care for now.